for block.
Hello? Somebody saying something? Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna type something, echo. Okay, so I'm gonna say starting function. Okay, and then I'm gonna close it. And then to declare the function, you have to say, you have to make up something which is not built in, okay? Which is not built in. So let's declare a function. Okay, what you have to do is you have to say the function. After this, you have to do you have to open and close the parentheses. Okay, and after that, you have to open and close the squiggly brackets. Okay, in this squiggly bracket, the code goes in. Okay, so in between these two squiggly brackets, what you could do is echo. We are inside function Amir. Okay, and what is this function is going to do is you could type in some commands in here if you want. Uh, what is your favorite commands, Amir? Host name, uptime, df-h, and whatever. So you could put these commands in here, okay? So let me go ahead and exit out of this. So I'm going to run the function and let's see what happened. Oh, it didn't keep the function file there. There is no such file or directory. Okay, give me 1 second here. I'm going to restart the system. Okay, let me okay. So we have this function there. Let me quit it. Okay, so now let me go inside this function. So we have declared this function here. Okay, that doesn't mean it's working. So for you to call the function here so that it goes into the execute mode, all you have to do is type the function name. How are you going to type it? AAMIR and then this. Okay, you do AAMIR and then do this. So this block of code is now executable. It will execute this block of code here. Okay, let's see if it's going to work. Okay, there you go. We ran this function here. These are the code within these functions here. Okay, so it ran the first command who, and then it ran second command host name, and then it ran third command uptime, and then the fourth one is df-h. This is what it did here. What you could do is you could put it into the file also. Okay, and if you cat output.txt, all your commands are in there. Okay, so what I'm trying to say here is you just have one block of code here, which is which you declared it, but you could call it many times here. So if I type in here Amir, so can somebody tell me how many times it's gonna run?
Can you just tell me the first letter?
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna run 3 times because it's been called 3 times. So let's put it in this output file here. And then let me go into vi output. And you have this command in there. Okay. So let's work on it and more. Okay. So let's declare another function in here. Okay, so I'm going to declare another function here today. Uh, okay, I'm going to declare ajas. And this is how you're going to open the function. Okay, and then the code goes in here. So for you to start putting in the code, you could put it here. Okay, open and close parentheses. You do this, and then you could put in anything you want in this function here. Echo. This is function ajas. Okay, echo commands are df-h and another command. What is another command you like? Uptime. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna put it in here. You could put it in the here. df-h uptime. So I ran this here. It says error line 33. Okay. 33.
I think
Right.
you didn't call the second function.
What is that? I'm going to show you. What I'm trying to show you is I didn't call the function Ijaz, so it's not going to run it here. So what I'm going to have to do is I have to go back in there. Function Ijaz. Okay, so what will happen here is going to run function Amir, function Ijaz, and then it's going to run function Amir twice. Okay, so how we gonna do? How we gonna know if it has run in there? So let's do output. Okay, so you see here that this is a function Ijaz. Okay. Give me 1 second. I was copying some files from other place. Okay. So what you could do is you could play around in here. You could do a lot of things here. So what else you could do is you could put in any code you want. Let's see if you could do this. Running a script. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create another function. So we go echo. This is a line 32. So the third function is running over here. But if you don't want any of this function to be running, you could just commit it out. So what will happen is it will run only the function. This is the third function. That's how it's going to run. Okay. So based on this, you could develop your script. The more you play around with this scripting, you're going to get more ideas, and then you could even do the LVM using the script. You could just run the script, and whatever is defined in the script, it will create a LVM for you. Okay, so what I'm going to show you next is a function structure for global and local function. Okay, let's see what is a global and a local function. So I'm going to declare here this is demo of function structure. Global Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to say so the function is starting here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to type function example. Okay, this is the name of the function, which is called example. And then I'm going to do this, open and close this squiggly bracket. And I'm going to say here, in here it says echo this is an example function, and I close it. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell myself display another message here. Okay, so I'm going to do here is function example2, and then go like this, open and close the squiggly bracket. But in here, the moment you open the squiggly bracket, you could start putting in code in here. Okay, so what you're going to do here is echo this is another example. All right, let me close this. So here the function, this is where the functions are. Definition stops. Okay, so far what we did here is uh, all we did is just declaring the function. It doesn't mean anything. Unless you call those functions, the script is not going to know what it is. So the function is starting here, and the function is stopping here. Okay, so if I run this, if I run this here global, it's not gonna do anything because we put a lot of script here, but we're not calling this script into action. Okay. So it's running now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna see how we're gonna define the global and local functions here. So let's see here. Okay. Actually, let me start something else here. CP template. Um, okay, example of global function. So I'm going to declare function func global. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to open and close the parentheses. And then what I'm going to do here is this is function inside inside global function. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just tab in here a little bit so that you could see visually. And I'm going to declare something local equals local visible. Okay. And then I'm going to say echo. This is a local function. The variable is $local. Okay, remember guys, this is a variable. I just declared a variable here. So what is going to happen is going to call the variable here local is going to say locally visible. Okay. Okay, so what's going to happen is now I need to call the function. Echo. When I give like something like this, that means it's just a space there, okay? So let's see, echo, this is first step, and echo, this is blank. And now what I'm going to do is echo global function or global variable equals $global. Actually, I messed up a little bit here. I think I have to go up here and declare something here. Okay, over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to declare something global. So global equals okay, I'm going to say global equals globally visible, okay? And then the function is there, and this is a locally visible. So then I'm going to say local variable equals $local. Where is that coming from? It's coming from here. This is local inside within the function. Echo, giving some space there. Okay, what I'm going to do is echo calling global function. What is the global function I'm calling? Name of the global function? What is the name of a global function? Func global, okay? Okay, so echo, I'm calling that, this is just the text here. It's actually, because it's the start of the line, the function global executes here when you actually put it in here. If it's in the middle of a line, what you have to do is, can somebody tell me what do you have to do if the command is in the middle of a line?
You have to mention single text.
Backtick, yeah.
Yep.
Backtick, you have to put it in a backtick. If I put it here, it doesn't mean anything. If I put backtick here, that means it will execute. It will look for that function. Okay, so I'm gonna say echo. I'm gonna give some space there, and I'm gonna say echo function global was called. Okay. Okay, so let's see here. And what I'm gonna do is echo global variable equals dollar global, okay, and echo local variable equals dollar local. Okay, so let me show you where is all this coming from. So global is right here, global, and local is inside the global. You could have more than one variables inside local here, and it will work for you. Okay, let's see if it's going to work. Okay, yep, it worked without any problem. So let me copy this. Okay, I think this is a little bit confusing here. So what I'm going to do is let me improve on this here a little. But the idea here, right? So let me see. Let me run it again. It's running fine here. So what's happening here is we put example and all this in here, but this won't run until you call it or you execute it. So here what we did is just put in some text. This is a first script, and we are saying global variable. So what is going to do and read this script here. Okay. So when it reads this script, it says global here and putting that global here. It says here global first step global variable is equal to globally visible. So what is global? The value of global is globally visible. Okay. Then we executed this script here. In that script, this is also global, but in that script, this is local here. So when this scripts run, see this here as a local. So what is happening here? What is local is going to see local equals locally visible. So it's going to, oh, local. So what is going to happen is, since, so can somebody tell me why is this place blank?
Zafar, because we
I could hear you, but you are very low.
that is because whatever we are executing.
I could barely hear you. Is somebody else is having same problem?
Oh, it's my laptop, I guess.
Okay, go ahead and say, yeah, you got a good point here. What is it? Hello? Okay. So what's happening here is, since local, whatever variable we declared is inside a function, okay? So that function has been not declared or not been executed yet. Okay, the function global is being executed here. So script is saying this, and so script is so far it's running here because this part is the part of a script, but it's not part of the not part this this part is not part of a function. Okay, so here we are calling this here, and we're calling this here. So this will not show up until the function is executed. So what's happening here is the function we are executing here. Okay, and then there is no difference between here. This and this, we are just calling it again. So for the first time, it's seeing it here. It's not seeing for the first time. For the second time, it's seeing it here. Why is it seeing here? Because we are executing the function global. Once you executed the function global, then the script sees inside what that script functional global is. Okay? Then it realizes that local is locally visible here. So if I comment this out function here, when I run it again, it says locally visible here. It won't show up again here. Okay, let's take a look. All right. So if I comment it out, both results are going to be same. Okay, see, locally visible is not going to show because the function is not called yet. So let me go back in there and then call that function here. So it's working. Is so I'm going to go here, echo. Okay, line 24. Okay, so the script runs through it and then it's missing locally visible, right? Variable is missing because it's inside the function global. It's not been executed yet. So now we're going to call the function, which is global func. And what's inside the global func? Global func is nothing but a variable here. We declared a variable here is now. So it's going to catch it next time when the script runs. Okay, I want somebody to ask a question. I'm going to give a 5-minute pause. Okay, no questions. Give me 1 second here. Okay, so by tomorrow, we should be able to finish scripting. And then on next Saturday, we'll start either on AWS or we will work on VMware. Okay, let me see if I have to cover any other topics. Okay, I'll worry about it tomorrow. Okay, so let's do functions. Function with input parameters. Okay, let's see how this is going to work. CP template. Okay, so this is all normal here. So what I'm going to say here is a demo of functional parameters. Okay, so what does it mean? We're going to declare a global variable, and then we're going to declare a variable. I'm going to say username equals $1. When I say $1, what will happen is when the script is running, it will ask you to, it will be, we have to put in the input at the command line here. Okay, we'll take a look how it works. And here, function is being defined. Okay, so what I'm going to do is we're going to do a calculator. Calculate age in days. Okay. So what I'm going to do is function declaration. Okay, yeah, function is being declared here. So what I'm going to do is function age in days. Okay, this is how the function is being declared here. You open and close the parentheses, and in here you start putting in the code. So go like echo hello, and then dollar username, you are, and then what you have to do is take in the input here, dollar 1 years old. Okay, then you go like echo you are approximately. So what is the total? Dollar 1 times slash times dollar 1 times 365 days. So if you're running this in the middle of a, if you are doing something in the middle of a line, you have to put in the back, and then you are running the expression expr. Okay, so we talked about expr, right? So let's see if we did. Okay, so I showed you about the arithmetic operators and how the function works if you want to do multiply, division, and subtraction. So for we are doing a multiplication, so do this slash 365 days old. Okay. So what's happening here is the function stops here. So when I run this, it's not going to happen here because we're not calling the function actually. So we have to actually call the function. Okay, so we have to actually write the script. Okay, so the scripts start here. So what are we gonna do here? Simple script here. Echo, enter your age. Okay, so the first part doesn't mean anything. It just displays on the screen. Okay, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna say read, and then read is a built-in function here. I talked about this. You cannot use the read to use it as a function. Okay, so what are you gonna do? Read, and then you're gonna declare a variable. Okay. Okay. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna call the function now. What is the name of a function? Okay, this is the name of a function here. Okay, so we are calling the function here, and then right after that we are putting in user age. So what will happen is we are giving this function input message here. So what will happen is it will go here and replace the username, and then is gonna replace this, and it's gonna replace this, and it's gonna calculate the age for you. Okay, let's see what happens. All right, I'm gonna put in a 20. Age is 20, and it goes like, hello, you are 20 years old, and you are approximately 7,300 days old. Okay, so let's see here. Age 100, and hello, you are 100 years old, and you are approximately. Okay, I think we are missing something here. Okay, so what else we could do here is, you could run the function and then type here, Zafar, and then now it's asking the age here, right? So I'm gonna put down 30. So, hello Zafar, you are 30 years old, and you are approximately the days. Okay, so where is this coming from? This part is here. This part is here. Username $. So this is not a part of a function here. Okay, so this is a global variable, and then this part is a function here. So once you put in the input function here, username $1, it will take it here and then replace the name here. But without that, the function is also running. All right, so I'm pretty sure you all have a lot of questions. The only way to solve, if there is any confusion coming up and all those things, you have to keep doing this. Do this scripting many times, and then be creative. That way you will get this. Okay, scripting. You will definitely get some questions regarding scripting, how you have done and all this, but they're not going to go deep inside how you're going to do all the scripting and all that. You have to know the general idea how the scripting is working. So you could put in here, whatever. I mean, age 30. Hello, you are Superman. You are 30 years old, and you are approximately this. What will happen if I don't run the function here? If I comment out the function, silly. Nothing will, it just won't work. So other part of the script, it will not run because the function is being canceled. I'm sorry, not that one here. If I just comment this out, let's see what happens. And enter the age 30. So what is happening here is actually the function part is not running because everything is inside the function here. So when you echo this part out, this is actually not running here because this is just the echo and read, and the execution is inside this function here. So it's calculating the date, age in days, and the username. So it's not going to display anything if you comment that out. Okay, so the next concept is functions within a function. Okay, it's called nested function. Okay, let's see how that is going to work. cp temp. Okay, so global. All right. So what I'm going to do is input, or I'm going to say data. Data equals $1. So what is this here? This is a input when we run the command here. So this is same thing as the username. So I just declared it here as a data is equal to $1. Okay, and then we're declaring the function. Okay, so all right. So what we're gonna do here is okay. So data one. So we're gonna do a function, and then I'm gonna declare type, function type. Okay, and then I open and close the parenthesis, and I'm gonna declare. I'm gonna start declaring the function in here. Okay. So I'm gonna say tall building equals dollar data, and then I'm going to say small building equals dollar data. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a nested function in here. So I'm going to do a nested function, and then I'm going to do a nested function, and then I'm going to do a nested function, and then I'm going to do a nested function, and then I'm going to do a nested function, and then I'm going to do a nested function, and then I'm going to do a nested function, and then I'm going to do a nested function, and then I'm going to do a nested function, and then I'm going to do a nested function, and then I'm going to do a nested function, and then I'm going to do a nested function, and then I'm going to do a nested function, and then I'm going to do a nested function, and then I'm going to do a nested function, and then I'm going to do a nested function, and then I'm going to do a nested function, and then I'm going to do a nested function, and then I'm going to do a nested function, and then I'm going to do a nested function, and then I'm going to do a nested function, and then I'm going to do a nested function, and then I'm going to do a nested function, and then I'm going to do a nested function, and then I'm going to do a nested function, and then I'm going to do a nested function, and then I'm going to do a nested function, and then I'm going to do a nested function, and then I'm going to do a nested function, and then I'm going to do a nested function, and then I'm going to do a nested function, and then I'm going to do a nested function, and then I'm going to and then I'm going to say function tall. Okay. Okay, guys, listen. This is a main function, and inside the main function, this is another function here. So I'm opening another function inside the function, and it goes like echo echo tall lots of space. So dollar tall buildings. Okay, and then second is echo um, they have elevators. Okay, okay, this is the function for tall, and then I'm opening another function inside the another function here. So what is the main function? Main function is function type, and then I'm opening another nested function in here. Nested function. Let me give it 2, and then give it here 1. I'm going to say function small. Okay, and then I'm going to open and close this. And I'm going to say like echo small buildings has less space. Okay, and then I'm going to give the name of the building. And echo they don't have parking lot. Okay, so I close that, and then I close this. So what I'm going to do here is the function is being called here. Or maybe script. Script is being script is starting here. If you run this at this time, it's not going to display as anything. Okay, so I'm going to say clear. Okay, so echo determining tall or small building. I'm going to say echo, and this is just the space here. And then now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do if statement. If, and then I'm going to open square bracket data. If data equals if data equals Sears. Now, if data equals Burj, okay, that's a tall building. Then, so what we are doing is we are doing a if-then statement here, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do function, and then I'm gonna call the function that we declared here, and then I'm gonna call function tall. So you have to call the global function also. Okay, you have to type function type. Did I just type? Okay. So what I'm going to do here is I'm calling this function here, and then within that function I'm calling this function here. Okay, then I'm going to do else statement. I'm going to call that function, and I'm going to call the small function. Okay, let's see what happens. I'm going to say else. So I'm going to type function type again, and then I'm going to call function small. Okay, why am I calling this function small? Because this is what it's going to say here, small. Okay, and then if I open the if statement, how do I close the if statement? Anybody?
Put him in the reverse. Fi.
Yeah, very good. Okay. Okay. Let's execute this. Let's see what happens here. I'm going to go this and nested function and hit enter. Uh-oh. 39, 46, 47. What is the command? Set number? Oh, I have to do this. Set number at column. There it is. What is it saying about 39, 46? What's 39? Do I need space here? What is 46? Oh, it has to be in caps because I typed it in caps. Okay, so it's running on its own here, but let me type Burj. Okay, determining tall or small building. Tall building has a lot of space, Burj. Okay, so it's working here. All you have to do is just simplify what is in here. So what you could do is uh, okay, and let's see here what happens. Okay, example of tall building is Burj. It has a lot of space and parking. And so a small building has less space, Sears. Okay, so let me go. So what I'm going to do is apartment. So what it's doing here is small building is apartment. They don't have parking lot. And what it's doing here is it's taking an input argument. An example of tall building is Burj, and it has a lot of space and parking. So what is happening here is you just have to realize that the function, if you're calling in the function, then at that moment it's gonna go through all this if statement and everything and determine what is the input is happening, and if it's matching with this, we are calling main function, then we're calling tall. And if it doesn't match Burj, then it's automatically considered as a small building. Okay. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to input a return code. So if you are having any errors, we could put in the return code in the part of a script, and wherever that script is failing, it will give you a code, exit code, and that way what you will do is you will troubleshoot the script here. Okay, so I'll show you how. Function for return and code. So there is a concept called echo dollar. Echo $0, I think. No. Okay, yeah, echo. Okay, what is happening here is it's key when you type echo dollar question mark, it will tell you if the last command was run successfully or not. So we ran the last command and then it gave us the error message. And the error message exit code is 127. Okay, you could look that up. Let's see here. If I type ls-l, it ran successfully, right? But if you run echo dollar and the question mark, it gave you a 0. It gave you the exit code 0. That means what is happening? The previous command you put in the system, or you put it on the command line, it worked successfully. So there is no codes. Okay, so let me clear this. Let me do uptime, and then let me run the exit code. So there is no exit code because it ran successfully. Okay, and let me let me see what's the exit code. It ran successfully. So whenever you run the script and then you kind of not getting any response, then you could do is echo $, and it will tell you if there is any errors running the script. Okay, so let's see here. Let me just mess up something. Free hyphen X, and it gave me the error message here. Let me see this here. There is an error 1. Okay, so Okay, most of the time the exit codes are used within the script here. So if you type something like this, then you know the command is not found. You don't have to worry about too much because it's corrupt. It's not a right command here. But what will happen if there is errors in the script here? So we're going to try to catch that. So I'm going to do CP template. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to say this is a demo of exit and return codes. And then I'm going to declare a global variable. Okay, so yes equals 0, no equals 1, first equals $1, second equals $2, third equal $3. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to define the function here. So I'm going to say function check parameters, and then I'm going to open and close the function brackets. And then what I'm going to do is if so what I'm going to do is we're going to use some of this equal to not equal to parameters here. Ready to go. Okay, so we're going to use some boolean. Okay, okay, so if equal to uh, third equal to third, then echo we got 3 input. Okay, and then I say I have to type return. So you have to type return. We set up return code yes or no on the top, right? So if that works, what are you gonna do? Yes. Else echo we did not get 3 inputs. Okay. And then what is the return code? What is return code is no. Okay, and then if statement is going to close here. Okay, so this is just a if function here, so we're going to call that function now. So function check params. What will happen is it will return it. Okay, I'm gonna declare some variable here. Return underscore values. Okay, so equal question. So what is going to happen is it's going to execute the return code. We don't have to put this in here, but for demo purpose, I'm going to show that to you. And then here, did we get 3 inputs? If, so there is another if statement here. So what I'm going to do is dollar return values. Okay, dollar return vals hyphen equal, say yes, dollar yes. Okay, then what you have to do is then statement. Then you have to do echo. We received 3 inputs, and they are echo input 1, input 1. I'm going to say dollar first. Okay. Echo input 2, dollar second. Echo input 3, dollar third. So I'm going to echo this, and I'm going to say there is an else statement. Else echo okay, so this is how you this is how you run this script. Echo. So what I'm doing is I'm just telling the user how to put in the how to use this script. Okay, so what is the name of the script? You run the script input 1, input 2, input 3. Okay, I'm going to close it, and then I'm going to do exit 1, and I'm going to finish this off. So let's see what happens here. Line 17. I think I messed up a little bit. So I'm going to do exclamation and minus Z. I'll explain you what this is in a minute. Missing line 17.
I guess there should be a space after third. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Okay, so what is happening here is, all right. So we ran without any input parameters, right? So script is telling us it is telling you how to run this here. So what you do is echo. It will tell you this is the exit error number 1. So where is this happening here? Exit, it's happening over here. So we need to run this. We need to give 3 inputs here. So what we're going to do is we're going to run this, and then we're going to give 3 inputs. We're going to go Chicago, LA, and New York. Okay, there you go. So it's like we got 3 inputs. We received 3 inputs, and they are Chicago, LA, and New York. And what is the exit code? It says exit code is 0. So here, if all we have return values, if all the parameters are working and the return value is $0 or return values equals yes. What is yes? Yes is 0. So if we get all the input values, then the return code will be 0. So where is that 0 here? It's in the function. So return value $, question. So when you do $question and the return value is yes, right here, and then this part of the script will run. Okay, and this function will kick in. Okay, this part, I think this, yeah, we got 3 inputs. We got 3 inputs. We did not get 3 inputs. Okay, guys, so what I'm saying here is you really have to, learn this up. And so far, I have all this script here. All these are basic ones, but you could work on it and combine more than 1, 2, 3, or 4 scripts. And what will happen is it will become a big script for you. You could literally do anything and everything with this. All these things I've showed you so far throughout this month. So go ahead and practice this. I think there is one more pending. I'll see tomorrow if we could finish that off. If not, then we'll continue on with it. Okay? All right, so when recording is available, I will upload it. And anybody has any questions so far?